I'm Tandy Gutierrez, and this is your Tip Tuesday live chat. This week we're talking about sweets, and it's really in time for the holidays of the sugar insanity and treats everywhere and how to navigate that. It's a little mini education always with Matt in Kitchen and me, and then at the end of the video I'm going to be online for the next hour, and you can ask any and every question that you have in this category or in a different fitness and wellness category if you need, but you have me as your captive audience for Q&A for the next hour. So when it comes to sweets, everybody starts to freak out and they go, oh, it's my downfall. Oh, it's the worst. And yeah, they kind of are. Sugar, yeah, it's kind of the enemy. And speaking from somebody who used to be a very intense sugar addict who had a treat every single day, and we're talking refined sugars and chocolates and donuts and muffins, and everybody goes, what? Yeah, my journey's been long, and I really speak and educate to everything that you all are going through because I've gone through it myself. But when it comes to sugars, there are some better options, but there's also some sneaky things you should know about it. So we're all pretty clear on the bad ones, right? High fructose corn syrup, cane sugars, straight up sucrose, table sugar, all of that. The sneaky surprising one is going to be agave. It's highly processed, even though it comes from a plant. So does cane sugar, and it wreaks havoc on your hormone levels. My whole philosophy when it comes to body and fitness and results is getting your hormone levels level and not cuckoo out of whack, which can be harder at different points in your life, in order to see body results and to get internal results of feeling better, having more energy, more stable moods, all of these things that kind of go downhill when you've got a processed refined sugar, and agave is unfortunately a no. Another surprising no for me is stevia. People go, but it comes from a plant. It's highly processed to get that sugar out of that plant, and stevia is looking to be, in some research, more addictive than, table sugar into sucrose. So I stay far away from it. I have cut my ties with sugar at this point in my life, but I don't expect everybody to, and I haven't cut the ties with my kids. My health issues are my own, and it's just best if I stay away from them. But do my kids still get treats? Yes, they do. My kids are totally gluten-free, but Halloween is just around the corner, and we're gonna have treats for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all of that. So there are ways to do it that are better, and that's what tonight's really about. Better routes to take when it comes to sugar. Well, if you're baking and you want to swap things out, I'm always about better is better. I don't think that everybody's going to live the life that I live and go to the levels that I go to, at least immediately, because I didn't start here. I think that swapping and weaning out of things is an excellent transition point. So when it comes to baking and treats and things that you love as, family traditions, opt for the organic version. At least you're not getting chemicals in that version, and that's a better choice. When it comes to subbing things out, not agave, people love to use it, but use honey. Raw honey is what you want. It's got great medicinal properties, and it can be very alkalizing to the body. Pure maple syrup, magnesium, manganese, lots of yummy things that your body can use. Molasses can be a good one when you're swapping out some things in recipes. Other stuff to use, date sugar can be fine, and dates I use a lot of, and then good old fruit. Okay, so we're gonna go backwards a little bit. So here's the bad ones to avoid and the good ones and the better ones to choose. Should it be an all or nothing thing? It's really up to your body. So when it comes to the food reset, I have you all go through this process that takes about 40 days to really see what's a fit for your system. No two systems are alike, and so people are going to respond differently to different stuff. For me, I tend to stay away from it unless it is fruit and in minimal amounts. Okay, so why? Because sugar's bad, right? But fruit should be great. Why can't I eat all the fruit that I want? Your body processes fructose in the same way. It doesn't really know where it's coming from, whether it's processed and fake, or it's a candy bar, or if it's this really high-end fruit. Yes, if you're eating fruit, you're getting fiber. You're also getting nutrients and minerals and vitamins. So there's benefits, right? But as a fructose, it can't tell the difference. And your hormone levels, your insulin and cortisol levels have to do, their little dance to keep things level and humming along. If you overload your system with sugars and sweets of any kind, real fruits, awesome maple syrup, or the junk and the crap, your poor little system doesn't know the difference and it's just trying to keep things level, okay? So for me, when I do too many fruits, my system gets out of whack, but that's not going to be everybody's system. So like my kids, they didn't have celiac, they don't have IBS, they didn't have thyroid issues like I do. Their systems are a little more hardy and a little more stable. So can they do some sweet treats in a balance of wonderful foods throughout their life? Absolutely. So you may fall in one category or the other, and only you're going to be the one to be able to know that. But sweet should be kept at a minimum, whether it's fake or real, because your body's trying to stabilize no matter what from a hormone level. When it comes to the fake stuff, high fructose corn syrup and cane sugars and that kind of stuff, there's zero nutritional value in it. None. Absolutely none. So it's doing nothing but being mean to your system. And the reason we tend to overeat it is because there's nothing in it to satiate hunger in our body, right? So we keep shoveling it down because we're looking to be satiated. When you eat real food, you've got fats and proteins and minerals and vitamins and all of these wonderful things, and your body goes, oh, that's awesome, that's what we're built to take in, and then it goes, that's enough. So it's actually very difficult to overeat on real food because your system understands how to process it and will send signals to your brain, and they'll talk and they'll go, I'm good. When you put fake stuff in, and specifically sugar sweets, it goes, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. The problem with, or that can be with fruits, even though it's real and it's natural, it's still sweet. And so your hormone levels can go, I'm still trying to balance all of these things. So you ate, 3 apples in one sitting. Apples are amazing, but one would have been enough, okay? So that's kind of the backstory on the homework of sugars and foods and how they affect your body. You've got the villains and you've got more of a hero, and you can swap and you can wean as you go. The things to remember is that better is always better. Like, don't spiral down that holiday path of, I'm just gonna eat everything because it's the holidays and then I'll get to New Year's and deal with it. How did your New Year's resolutions go last year? Okay, so you've got to start taking some ownership of it. Sugars are also very emotional. We get stressed out, we start putting them in, and then nothing's being satiated and nothing's comforting, and so we just keep eating. Yuck. Have a moment of awareness. And putting this in my mouth, am I enjoying it as a minimum part of my daily life and celebrating a treat? Or am I trying to stuff down or fill up some anxiety, anger, frustration, some emotional need that's there? Different topics, but you can pick and you can start to make habits out of the good stuff rather than the bad stuff. If you stop to ask yourself that question, you've already paused, right? It's not in your mouth yet, and you can put it down. So I do think you can celebrate, and I do think you can keep them at minimal levels. And 80-20, 80 of the good stuff, 20 of the dirty bad stuff, celebrate. Life is meant to be enjoyed. But when it comes to holidays and birthdays, try to celebrate on the actual event, the day this person was brought into this world on this planet, right? Versus the cake. Because everybody asks, how do your kids navigate birthday parties? Well, we take a treat that's gluten-free for them. Our mama bakes something, or we just do without the sugar part that day and go celebrate the person. So there's a big cultural, emotional shift that can come with it, but it can come. As far as navigating for the holidays, when it comes to swapping out, if that's your first line of defense and your first effort into weaning out of the sugars, then just go to your Mat and Kitchen recipes. There's tons of treats in there, and these are all options that are better. And again, made from more real stuff. Yeah, there's a little bit of junk even in the real stuff. But again, keep it to a minimum. And if this is your first step into this, swapping for more organic versions, swapping for more real food-based stuff like the raw honey, like the molasses, like the syrup, and the dates and the fruit pieces, these are big steps and they should all be celebrated, and they're all better. So every person is different. We're all on the path in a very different way, okay? And we all come into it from different places in our body, in our health, in our hormones, and in our life. So again, it's not about like, well, what does she eat? I'm gonna eat the exact same thing. It's about finding your path and your pattern and your awareness of better. Because better means something really different to each person. And that's my hope in coaching you, is to coach you towards better, whatever level you want at whatever time you want. So sweets can be done. They can even be nourishing, but you can't overdo it like you want to, right? Or like you may want to. So try to swap out for more real things. Check out the Matt and Kitchen recipes for ideas on swapping things out. There's tons of them. You can freeze your smoothies and make them lollipops and popsicles. There's gummy treats that can be very healing for a gut and still a whole lot of fun. And then 2, for the holidays, really budget. So I think in fitness, it is kind of discussed about budgeting your alcohol, right? If you're aiming for a goal, you ditch the alcohol because it's, excess calories and it processes like sugar, and it's not doing any, nutritional benefit to you. Well, think of sugars as the same thing, especially through the holiday season. Again, if you want to taste something or partake of something, that's your 20% for the week. Don't head down the hill in the spiral and just keep putting it in your mouth, whether you want it or not, or because you didn't want to be rude. You can always pass a gift along to somebody else, or just say, that's not what I'm doing today, or I already had my sweet treat for the day, maybe I'll take a bite of it tomorrow. It's okay. People who are uncomfortable with you passing on certain foods, that's really their issue. And you can always thank somebody for a gift, and you can re-gift it, or you can taste it, and you can love the effort, but that doesn't mean you have to eat the whole thing that they made or that they brought. Okay? So any questions that you have, just post and comment below. I'm happy to answer them. I'm here for the next hour, and if you post later than that, I'll come back and find those too. So happy Tip Tuesday, and I will see you next time.